Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. If you've already watched one of these videos for June 2023, you can skip the intro. There'll be a timestamp below. For those of you continuing to watch the intro, this is going to be a horoscope slash zodiac slash astrology reading for June of 2023. That's just when it's being released. It's for you whenever you come upon it. I didn't do it for May because I had a lot going on in real life. I figured out that I was autistic a couple months ago, and I've been getting used to some new medication while I'm waiting to get tested. I've had a lot of family stuff going on in terms of medical travel and emergencies and all of that. I've also been doing a lot of work on updating the thumbnails and descriptions in my YouTube playlists. I need to update my website some more and some other stuff related to my business. So I did the second half of my deck of angel cards in the interim here. This is going to be the back of the deck. We'll have more information on these when they come out, and you'll be able to see more of the images once that's finally published somewhere. Hopefully soon. I've got some more work to do with these plates before I can get that happening. In addition to the other decks that you can see on my channel, I've just gotten the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. If you've been watching the June card of the day on my social media, you'll see a few of these in there. And once I feel more proficient with the deck, I will be doing a review of that in my Cats Hit the Deck review playlist. I think that's all of the major business that's going on right now, so we will see you in a few seconds in your reading. Capricorn, the totem for your reading is this formerly string and now cluster of, oh, there goes my throat chakra, black tumbled crystal beads. I don't know if it's tourmaline or whatever, because I got them loose, but there they are. They are actual crystals. They're not glass. Some of them have some gray and or whitish streaking. Pretty. I think I was gonna say, isn't onyx the stone for Saturn? I believe. I don't think these are onyx though. I think they're, I wonder if these are jet. Whatever. Anyway, the vibration color of the stone is more important than the actual makeup. So here they are. Alright, the reading for this month is triangulation. So I have the past, the present, and the future all influencing each other on an ongoing basis. We have a card to get the issue that's being worked on for Capricorn, and then at the end we come through the portal in the middle, and when we get to the other side we have an outcome or information card, which I probably just flashed at the camera, but we're not going to worry about. Okay. This is also in the challenge position. Future is always in challenge position in these readings, so let's take a look at the issue. I keep thinking it's supposed to start with the letter B, but I can't remember what that word might be right now. Like boggle or whatever. What's your business? Oh, I also forgot to say that I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is a non-standard tarot deck. Queen of Air inverted. Okay. So usually the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords, when she's inverted, is like shrill bitch energy. I'm feeling like stagnant creativity, though. Like my brain is full of static. Let's see. This might be one of those readings where all of the cards sort of explain what the others are doing, so we're not going to dwell on what the issue is until we see more of what's going on in the reading. In the past, Three of Swords inverted. Okay. Capricorn, interestingly, throwing off a lot of air energy. There's no clear evidence for that yet, except the sort of dawning of the age of Aquarius thing. Like, I'm sort of detached and in my thoughts. Three of Swords inverted is release of pain. It's sort of more of a healing position. It's I'm sort of ending the root of my nightmare. Like getting to the root cause of what fuels my nightmares. You know, like I keep having nightmares about the same thing, and I'm doing my shadow work, my emotional trauma integration, and I'm figuring out what part of my subconscious those nightmares arise from. We have Saturn in Libra. That's where all the air energy is coming from. Saturn in Libra. Capricorn's ruler Saturn. Hanging out in the air. Oh, I'm airing out my brain. This Queen of Air inverted with a 13 is inverted. It's an internal death cycle. So it might not necessarily be like I'm bitchy and staticky, although it could be. I'm trying to overcome my internal trauma by going through the death cycle, by you know, processing, ending the life cycle of burying, ceremonially saying goodbye to some root emotional trauma. Capricorn out here doing the heavy shit. How are we doing currently? Ace of Pentacles. So we're getting some healing. And here it's coming in the core. I'm healing in my core. And notice we have growth rings here. Right? This is I'm in agony, but look at me experiencing growth. There's cracks coming through here, but I'm still contained within myself. Like I've managed to expand my skin. Like I've hardened my skin so that I'm not necessarily susceptible to pain. And it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm hard and cold now. It means that I'm not as injured by energetic strikes that would have crippled me when I was younger. Because I've learned how to process those feelings. I've learned that it's not a death sentence. I've learned to honor my personal boundaries, right? Because what is the bark of a tree? It's a boundary. I'm learning how to establish healthy boundaries for myself so that I can experience more growth without as much crippling pain. How's this working out in the future? Look at this tree growing. Seven of Cups. No, Six of Cups, if I could read right. The Six of Cups is like soul contract. It's the sun in Scorpio. Oh, you know why? You know why Capricorn is in so much air energy? Pluto is retrograde, right? It was in Capricorn for a while, and it's in Aquarius. But it does this sort of like side step shuffle where it's going back into Capricorn from the 11th of June until like a couple months or something. And then it's going to stay in Aquarius for a long time. So Pluto is in Capricorn and now it's like up in the air. And it's back in Capricorn and then it's going to leave. So it's sort of, you know, like a whoosh of air coming back in with this scorpionic energy of dredging up really deep things to deaths, because that's also plutonic energy. Dredging, it's sort of like dredging up the undead to like the souls of the dead that are ill at ease and helping them transition into the light so that you can not have your entire brain haunted. So this clearing is not only answering ancestral trauma, but you see that the growth of the tree isn't just above ground, it's also underground in those depths. Right, because for me, scorpionic water is Marianas Trench and deep underground. Well, where does the tree get its water? It gets it from underground. So we're feeding on the dark so that we can reach further into the light, but it's processing it as nutrients instead of as pain and suffering. And it's sort of coming in the soul contract as learning to process that and not be crippled by emotional trauma. And it's not to say avoid it entirely, it's to say to learn how to effectively integrate it. Right? Because the tree is integrating its experience into each ring. That's why they're different sizes. And sometimes I think the composition can change. So you can say, like, this was a drought year, this was a fire year, this was a really wet year. And you can sort of see in the rings of the tree what kinds of environment is experiencing, but it's still experiencing growth, and that's kind of what we're talking about on a more soul spiritual level with this card. Now, when the Six of Cups is inverted, for me, it's like I need to let go of the past. And that's also happening here. I'm letting go of past pain. So what was at the root, I'm moving into an emotional space where I'm clearing and I'm leveling up numerically. Right? I can take a seed and I'm doubling it. Right? I'm using it as fuel. I'm expanding. And you can see the progression, right? -13, -3, 1, and now I'm at 6. So I am experiencing numerical, it's not growth, it's not rising, it's numerical inhalation. I'm getting a full deep breath. Let's see what the wrap-up is here for Capricorn. In the challenge position, the Queen of Earth. So the outcome, I mean, it's kind of code switching. This is a water card, but it's, with the tree on it, it's giving me earth essence. But Capricorn is earth energy, right? We feel out of place in the wrong suit, but we need to learn how to transmute that, like, emotionally charged thoughts in order to feel like ourselves. Now, this is coming in with the Queen energy because emotions tend to run more in the right brain, the creative side of the brain, the intuitive, the watery side. Whereas the analytical, the thoughts tend to be more left brain. the masculine side, the triangles, the rectilinear flow charts, whereas the feminine side is more like the branches of the trees. Even though they're defined by geometry, they're still in a natural flow. Right? It's like if the masculine lines, if the masculine are these individual shaped rocks, some of them have flat sides, then the feminine energy is this circle that's around them. That's the way that they flow together. Right? Because if you look at a human body, it's all curvilinear. But if you want to draw a human face properly, what you want to do is create linear geometry. There's a triangle over here. There's different trapezoidal planes that cut them across the face. And it's hard for me to point out here. I do have a video on how to draw faces that's kind of half-assed, but it shows some of that geometry. Or you could just look up planar drawing of figures or something like that. I'm just trying to explain that the feminine and the masculine work together, and because we have queens here, we're dealing with this roundly flowing, less strict energy of emotionally driven thought. And the physical stuff, this the brain to mouth is like not working. Oh, and I forgot to say at the beginning of this video, I recently found out and discovered that I am autistic. So if you're autistic or neurospicy in some way, comment down below. If you know what these are, comment down below. If you have the Dreams of Gaia Tarot or the Wild Unknown Tarot and you like them, comment down below, or put some little emojis like a crystal or like a little crystal ball or whatever the hell, or a leaf for the green stuff. So feminine energy, because of the manner. The earth energy has to do with the material world. Right, how I interact with the material world, how I relate to my body. Because the way that the emotional pain that I'm dealing with might be related to my physical body. Or it could just be because Capricorn is earth energy anyway. But normally, when... Oh, that was a weird noise my throat just made. Normally, when we have... like emotional or mental trauma, it manifests some way in the physical body, like a psychosomatic illness. You know, when people have said like, oh, if you're really angry, you're going to have cancer, or if you are experiencing trauma and you're a fire sign, you might get rashes on your skin. I know that Capricorn tends to have skin issues. As a Capricorn, I've had like ankle stuff, hand stuff, knee stuff, overall dry skin, stuff like that. Or if you're a Capricorn and you have emotional trauma, you might experience problems with your knees. If you're Scorpio and you're having emotional, mental problems, you might have something going on with your junk. You know, just that kind of stuff. And it's not, you know, it's not meant to substitute for, you know, medical advice from trained professionals. It's just to say how you can experience being connected to your physical body and not separate out from it and be like, ew, I hate my body, I'm only my mind and my emotions can go away too. It's, you know, understanding that you have a physical body and understanding that the chakras are each associated with a gland in the body, and that when the energy is strained in those chakras, in the throat chakra, in the heart chakra, you know, the pancreas, the adrenals, your thyroid, whatever is going on with you, if you think about where the emotion sits in your body, instead of just thinking about it, you can feel your way through it and understand why that's happening. And it will make you feel more connected to the physical body, because the chakras are what connects the physical body to our extra dimensional bodies, you know, the light body, the emotional body, the eighth dimension, the sixth dimension, whatever. It's like an interface, right? It's like the USB plug to put your phone into your computer so you can transfer the files. That's kind of what's going on between the chakras and the other things. You know, like a unit so that you can record your VHS to DVDs. That would make a little bit more sense here. That's how we're translating the physical and the non-physical aspects of the person. All right, hope that made sense. Take it easy, Capricorn, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Stay connected with CATtheMinion energy work. Check out my complete suite of goods and services conveniently from my Linktree. linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Color your way into some relaxation with my coloring books Energy Forms and Draco Forms on Amazon. Get groovy with fashion and home accessories from my Cafe Press or Redbubble shops. Decorate your environment with original art and divination tools from my Etsy shop.